Alrighty, Ramsey show is ending, which means we are starting on the after show, episode 111 today. Alright, so get rid of this and go to whose channel? Yes, mine. Coach Steve Money. And let's see, what do I normally put in the chat? Schedule A, free, what up AJ? Financial coaching consultation/assessment. Gotta be very careful, gotta remember the T in consultation. Otherwise you get consolation. https://ramseycoach.com/coach Steve Money. What up, Sid? What's the kid's toy with the paddle and the ball and the string called? It's paddle ball, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Email address right up there if you'd like to chat with me about anything. What up, honey? Or no, I can't remember. You've been gone too long. I don't remember how to pronounce it anymore. What up, Obs? Whistly. Do I have a fan going on in my room? No. The computer is under the desk all the way down there, and it has a fan in it. That's it though. Huh. Yeah, it might be the computer noise, but that's very far away. Let me adjust the microphone here. It's like under a wooden desk. She said it's something is whistly. Huh. Alright, I'll take a listen to it afterwards and see if I can find it. Oh, let's see. What else do I put in there? Well, like I said, yeah, email me if you have any questions about scheduling that financial coaching consultation assessment, or if you have any question about anything going on my channel, or, you know, anything. Be glad to hear from you. And donations are right down there, but I'll type it out because I'm that nice of a guy. HTTPS :// but you don't need to put that in. You can just put paypal.me/coach Steve Money. Yep, could be yours. What up, Joe? What's up, party people? Got our hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care. All right, let's get started. You guys ready to sing? AJ dropping the ball. Has not learned this yet. He'll get on it though, I'm sure. Alright, and so it's going to start. I tried turning this up earlier just to try to see if I could hear the karaoke thing that I sang to has drum taps at the beginning so you know when to come in. Because there's no music ahead of time, and I turned this TV all the way up and I could not hear anything, so we'll just have to guess. It's gonna, from one time I hit the button, it's gonna be like 2 seconds before the, because I queued it up 2 seconds before it starts. You guys ready to sing? Honey needs more practice anyway. All right, let's go. I'll make sure I got it up loud enough. Yeah. Let's turn it up a little bit. There we go. All right. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every single one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Maybe step 3 is next. A full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host my YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do Dave's baby steps. If you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is save for your kids, your student loans and all for college. 6, pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself, and you live like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. Messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host my YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Live from, where are we from? Columbus, Ohio. I don't have my notes in the right spot. Shouldn't memorize this already. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, brought to you by Tina Scher, the Queen of Sheba. My chair slipped down again. And here we talk about, what do we talk about? The Ramsey Show. The Ramsey Show YouTube chat and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, also Ramsey Preferred financial coach. And you can schedule a free consultation assessment at ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money. The event. The link is in the chat at the top. You can also reach me via email, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. If you have any questions about the financial stuff or any of the YouTube stuff, anything on my channel, feel free to reach out, yo. Add me on the Grum. You can also reach me on Instagram and Twitter, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alright, let's see what's going on in the chat. Did not know it was a daily thing. Yeah, it was for the first couple days after I wrote it. And then after that, I just sang the bridge and the chorus. But I think I'll do this for a little while, probably. And on Fridays I do this and Friday, and I've snuck in some other ones. I've snuck in some other songs previously, but yeah, on Fridays I do this and the song Friday. All right. Let's see what we have. We have today's hosts of the Ramsey Show are Mr. Dave Ramsey, and he is the author of the Total Money Makeover, also responsible for all this. You would probably not be, if it wasn't for Dave Ramsey, you probably wouldn't be hearing my voice right now. So probably everybody that's watching this would have come here because in some way of Dave Ramsey. Also co-hosting with him today was Ken Coleman. He's the author of From Paycheck to Purpose, and you can pre-order that now. It's only $20, and you get $100 in bonus items that will help you take your career to the next level. This says right here. All right. Oh, I also have like one verse of the Dr. D song. I did a thing, parody, if you will. I guess I don't know what it's called. Stolen the music to My Sharona, and did a John Deloney song. So I do that on days that he's on. All right, let's see how we can do this. If we can do this differently today here. Market report. It's down today, but it did recover muchly in the last. Let's see, that is 3:18 p.m. So like in the last 42 minutes, it was way down here and it went bloosh and came back up. But as you can see, the previous close was way up here, so it's still nowhere. It's not near the 10% down. Well, let's see how much percent down it is. Let's see. The high for the S&P was on September 3rd, and that was 4535. And today it is 4357. So that is what, 357 to through 536. So that's about 200 points down, or $200 down. So whatever that is, it would have to be, in order to be a 10% drop, it would have to be down $453. So it'd have to be more like 4,100 or something to be down 10%. Yeah, all right. And I don't know, we had the two analyst wars previously, where one of them thought that it's going to be down at 4,000 by the end of the year. And one of them thought that it was going to be at 5,000 by the end of the year. So you got pessimistic and optimistic. And we still have generally September, October, it's kind of bad for stocks generally, for the market. And so it could possibly pick up when it's time to buy Christmas stuff around the holidays. So like November and December, it could come back big time. But yeah, and it could come back before then. It could even tomorrow. It could they could say, well, that's too much, because you just have to think like not specifically every company, but say Amazon. You don't think Amazon is worth what it was worth on September 2nd? You don't think it's, I mean, it's still going to be worth that. The Coca-Cola company is still worth what it was worth despite it going down today. So, and as you can see, I think they pretty much all, let's check the NASDAQ, they all did that, yeah, like in the last 40 minutes or so, they all came back up some. Dow as well. The small cap index went down the most again today, having a rough time. But yeah, as you can see, the Dow probably came back the most at the end, as a percentage wise anyway. Yep. Alrighty, check the rest of the planet. All down in Europe. Mixed in Asia. The currencies, dollar up on the euro. Whoops. Never mind, that's constantly changing. That's just changed. Dollar was up on the euro. Now the euro is up on the dollar. Yen up on the dollar. Dollar up on the British pound. Dollar up on the Canadian dollar. Dollar up on the Australian dollar, mate. I forgot to do the other accents. Probably for the best, huh? And I thought this was interesting. Look at crypto. Crypto way down. Like, 8.77%, so close to 9% at a minimum for these, the ones that it tracks. And we have some other crypto stuff coming up if I want to include it. Like, it gives you a look into crypto if you don't understand any of it. This is not the one that I wanted, but I will go ahead and talk about it since I brought it up. From CNBC. House Democrats' plan would prohibit individual retirement accounts from holding private equity and hedge funds. And so, that's not that big a deal. That's just different types of investments that they don't want to allow in those IRAs. These investments have requirements to partake, pegged to income, net worth, of other measures. Proponents think the plan reduces IRA's use as a tax shelter and has investor protection benefits, while others think it may unfairly subject some high and middle earners to penalties. Probably not really. If that's the worst thing they're going to do, that's probably all right. Stock futures flat. Excuse me. Breaking news. Worst day since May for the S&P 500. Fed meeting ahead. I don't know when. Sometime this week, I would assume. I think that was all we needed from here. And again, this is nowhere near being, law. It's just something that they are planning. Proposed tax package for that. Let's see. Do I have? Here it is. This is the one that I wanted first, coming off of the market report. Stocks tumble as the Wall Street's fears turn to China, and as I said this in the Ramsey Show chat earlier, because I had already read this, the Chinese real estate conglomerate Evergrande's debt crisis made American investors uneasy. That is the biggest, biggest real estate company in China, I believe, is what I read. And apparently they have a deal where they are borrowing money. They have to borrow money to pay back other loans. And so, That's wonderful. I mean, not that the U.S. government doesn't have to do the same thing, but probably not a good way to run your country or your business. So, the White House said is monitoring the markets, but stressed that Evergrande's business was overwhelmingly centered in China. Sure. Alright, dash of melancholy. The crisis comes on 13th anniversary of the collapse of the Lehman Brothers. I believe they were also in real estate. I don't know. 13 years ago, what was I doing? Not being too concerned about anything with money, that's for sure. Oil prices settled more than 2% lower. Gold prices settled up 0.7%. Alrighty, let's go back to the chat. Hobbs is out. AJ says 5.5%. He might have had a calculator handy and was doing it. Yeah, that might be right. You might be right, dog. And so, like another day like this, then it'll be down 10%, and then all the pullback people can be happy for a while, and then it can go back up. You know, by Christmas time for a nice Christmas for everybody. Yeah, Obs is out. The noisy is still there, whatever it is driving. Maybe a cricket of demon spawn. I do have crickets here at the new thing, at the new apartment. So, Obs says I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. But yeah, we do have crickets here, so I might get one of those sonic plug-in thingies to see if that gets rid of them from outside of my bedroom window. Because they don't like the sonic stuff. I did down 100 for the day, although you did buy more of the S&P today. Yeah, well, there you go. It's on sale. Like I said, man, if you think those companies in the S&P are worth the same they were yesterday, then, you know, it'll come back. And it always comes back, always goes to new highs. If it doesn't do that, that'll be the first time, and then that's when we'll all have to reevaluate everything. And so, we will see. But yeah, I'm down 500 today. So, but that down 100, AJ, that only, it went up a percent since you bought it. There you go. Alright, there you go. Bags for AJ. On a bad day for the market. Alright. There's been worse ones though, obviously. Alright, let's see. We'll go back to cryptocurrency because that's it'll take a little bit of time. So let's see. This from Yahoo Finance. Susie Orman says, avoid this huge mistake when refinancing to low mortgage rates. With mortgage rates deep in the cellar again, homeowners are scrambling to refinance and cut their monthly payments, often by hundreds of dollars. If you're thinking of joining the latest rush to refi, personal finance author and TV personality Susie Orman wants you to pause and take a deep breath so you won't blow it. It makes me so crazy how most homeowners make a huge mistake when they refinance. It's a blunder, Orman says, can easily saddle you with much higher interest costs even if you manage to land a mortgage rate your friends will envy. So this is what they do wrong. Let's see, where is it? I did scan this, so I do know the, here it is. Orman is concerned that many enthusiastic refinancers make a costly mistake, automatically reaching for another 30-year mortgage even if they've been paying down their existing 30-year loan for years. This is so very wrong, the personal finance guru writes in her blog. Suppose you've been paying down your original loan for 14 years, then you take out a new 30-year mortgage. Can you guys read that? Oh, no, probably need, there we go. you take out a new 30-year mortgage. Sure, the new mortgage is at a lower interest rate, but you just extended your mortgage payment on this home to 44 years. Because you got the 30 that you just refinanced on, and your original 30 you paid on for 14 years, so that's total 44 years. So that's when you don't. That's what That's when overall you're not saving money on that. So, but the 30-year, I mean, that's pretty much most popular home loan. So, but of course we don't do that in Ramsey World. In Ramsey World, we do a 15-year fixed rate mortgage. And so, and the payment on that should be at most 25% of your net pay. Use net pay as a basis when figuring out housing. Use gross pay when figuring out investment contributions. And he said he must have did it wrong when he refinanced. He ended up paying more. Well, the amount of the no. You are supposed to end up paying more. Yeah, he's got a little wink emoji on it. Yeah, you are gonna pay more if you go from a 30 to a 15 because that's more payments. But that's not a bad thing to do. That saves you money as well. But paying for 44 years on between two 30-year mortgages is what the problem was. Yeah, I got you, AJ. AJ's making it funny. Alrighty. I don't know what it is when I stream. I don't know. I just get all itchy. I don't know. Maybe nervousness or something. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't do it until I start streaming. Let's see. I don't know if you guys extra 500 per month. Yep. Let's see if this will work here. Okay, so this comedian Rick Glassman, his podcast, Take Your Shoes Off. And they are doing an ad for Upstart.com, which is a consolidation. I believe sounds like it's a consolidation loan. And so, but what his girlfriend says, I thought was really interesting. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me turn it up to like 25. See if you guys can hear what she says.
Bank teller, how would you ask me for a loan?
Whoops. That's not the right part. There we go.
Credit card statements, and you're saying, how am I gonna do this?
Rick, I don't even have a credit card because I'm so scared of getting into debt.
Well, you're not alone. You're not, because I'm here with you. But if you are alone, you're not alone. Because Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom.
Upstart is a fast and easy way to pay off debt with a personal loan all online. So you don't have to go into the bank and ask them, which is like my biggest fear, to be like, please give me money.
Such a specific biggest fear to have. What would
I'm
that look
so
like?
afraid of debt. I will compromise my life in order to not be in debt.
I'm a bank teller.
How about that? Pretty cool, I thought. That was interesting. So she said she's English, I think, so that's a thing from there where they say scared. She said she was scared of being in debt. And then she also said she's so afraid of debt she will compromise her life to not be in debt. So, pretty cool. We got some Sid articles here to catch up on. This from CNBC. Thank you, Sydney. Field reporter Sydney down in the bayou. Hopefully she'll be able to get some sleep soon. The op-ed here. Social Security Trust Fund will die in 2033. You need to take action now. So I don't know if he needs the... it's Rick Edelman. He is a money advisor as well. Rick Edelman... Financial Engines. And he does money advice as well. I don't recall how in line with Dave Ramsey he is, but maybe we can find out here. Actually, I don't think it. No, it doesn't say what like that stuff. It just goes immediately into the Social Security system, and so problem is the Social Security system is paying out more money to retirees than it collects from workers. You see, the money coming out of your paycheck does not fund your future retirement. Instead, your money is given to current retirees, the next generation to pay for your benefits, and the generation after that will pay for theirs. And so it's a fun house of cards that they set up there. But that's just how the social system has always worked. It's performed just fine, thank you, for decades. Because we always had lots more workers than retirees. Indeed, when the program started in 1935, there are 150 workers for every one retiree. So they provided more money than was needed to pay the benefits, so the excess was placed in a trust fund. Today it holds about $3 trillion. But the worker-retiree ratio has shifted radically over the decades, and COVID-19 made it worse by throwing tens of millions out of work. The result, there are now only 3 workers for every retiree. So the result is that the system is paying out more in benefits each year than it collects in payroll taxes. To cover the shortfall, Social Security Administration has been dipping into the trust fund. By 2033, Social Security Administration's trustees now say the trust fund will be depleted. When that happens, the only money SSA will be able to distribute to retirees is the money it collects from workers. And that's enough to cover only 76% of retiree benefits. So, in other words, all retirees will suffer a Social Security benefit cut of 24%. Starting in 2033, so and that's assuming nothing changes, which I'm sure we're going to go into here, and that would be a huge financial crisis for our nation. Average monthly check is about $1,400 for most retirees. It's the majority of their income. If this situation isn't averted, millions of retirees will lose their homes, being able to pay for medicine and health care, and suffer other financial challenges. Solving the problem means cutting benefits and or raising taxes, a problem for members of Congress seeking re-election. Yeah, that doesn't help get you re-elected if you say you're going to do that. This is why Congress has largely ignored the issue, even though they all know this crisis is coming. To get Congress to act, I created the Funding Our Future Coalition in 2018, now the largest organization of its kind, with more than 50 academic institutions, nonprofit groups, think tanks, and corporate partners working together to get Congress to fix this problem. Alright. If Congress acts now, this is a quote from him, I guess. If Congress acts now, cuts increases will be merely annoying. If it waits, the changes will be financially devastating to tens of millions of families, threatening our entire economy. Okay, so what should you do that? Some wonder if they should start collecting their Social Security benefits now before the cut occurs. If you're in your 20s to early 50s, it's moot, because you can't. Till 62. But if your parents are in your late 50s or early 60s, you already can, or soon will be able to, start receiving your monthly benefits. So pay attention. Financial advisors like me usually tell our clients to delay starting Social Security benefits until age 70, because the older you are when you start, the more you'll receive each month. But if the benefits are being reduced 24% in 2033, should you start now so you can enjoy the larger amounts in the meantime? Good thinking, but no. Say you're 62 and you start now receiving about $17,000 a year, which is the average annual payout according to SSA. If you wait till 70, you receive more than $30K a year. Assuming you live into your 80s or beyond, you're much better off by delaying benefits. Alright, so what can we do now? What's required is you and me, all of us, getting Congress to act now. Alright. The smaller the benefit cuts or tax increases need to be. Okay. So he just wants them to start doing that now rather than waiting till, right at, I guess, 2033 when it runs out of the extra money. All right. Fun times. 23rd, when am I retiring? Let's see. It's 2021. AJ's out. 2021. 2021 now, and I am 53. Yeah, I'll just die at one of my jobs. It'll be alright. No problem. No problemo. Let's see. What else does Sid have for us? This from the world of science, 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 science. It's like a Doppler effect or something going on there. I don't know why it went on so long. The world's whitest paint could eliminate the need for home air conditioning. I thought this was very interesting. This gentleman is a Purdue University professor of mechanical engineering, and his students have created the whitest paint on records, like white on white on white. And the reason they did that, because in a few years it may dramatically reduce or even eliminate the need for air conditioning in your home. Wouldn't that be crazy? The paint has earned a record in the 2022 edition of Guinness World Records. According to Purdue, breaking a record for whitest paint was not the goal for researchers, but I'm sure it's cool. Limiting global warming was the goal. When we started the project 7 years ago, we had saving energy and fighting climate change in mind. He invented the paint with his graduate students. The idea was to create paint that would reflect sunlight away from a building. Making the paint really reflective, however, also made it really white. The formulation that Ruan's lab created reflects 98.1% of solar radiation at the same time as emitting infrared heat. So because the paint absorbs less heat from the sun than it emits, a surface coated with this paint is cooled below the surrounding temperature without consuming power. Science is amazing, isn't it? So it actually cools you down. That's so fun. Typical commercial white paint gets warmer rather than cooler. Paints on the market that are designed to reject heat reflect only 80 to 90% of sunlight and can't make surfaces cooler than the surroundings, but their new paint can. So, how about that? Very exciting. Again, from Sid the Kid in the Bayou, our field reporter. This from Business Insider. A 25-year-old built a six-figure stock portfolio on a gas station manager's salary by following 4 rules. Let's see what they are. A lot of times these are similar to rules that we have already learned from our friend, probably. I guess it's a friend. Dave Ramsey. The bullet points are, by the time Jeremy Lefebvre, I'm going to go with Lefebvre, silent V, was 25. He had a stock portfolio worth nearly $200,000. He was earning $40,000 managing a gas station and investing every spare dollar he could. He researched every company he bought and invested more whenever his income rose. And read more stories from here. Do more stuff on our website. It's not a bullet point of the article, but they put that in there anyway. Alright, it was a company incentive that first got Jeremy interested in stocks. If you had a certain amount of your paycheck go towards Walgreens stock, you got something like a 10 or 15% discount on whatever Walgreens shares were trading at. That is interesting. I wonder how that happened. It does not say what company of gas station he was managing, and whether, excuse me, sleepy. It doesn't say what gas station, so don't know if they have any like if that's related to Walgreens in any way, but that's not bad. If we did individual stocks at all there, which of course is not what Dave Ramsey would have us do, manage mutual funds for retirement. So 10 to 15% discount, and so whatever they were selling at. So he got them on sale. Growing up, he didn't have a clear path for his future. Early childhood marked by poverty. Because none of that matters, because he did it some smart things later. Yeah, first job was $7.50 an hour. I felt lucky to have that. 2008 during the Great Recession, and he was working at Einstein Bagels in the California. When he started at Walgreens a while later, so he's working at Walgreens too. Now earning $8.50 an hour, he was looking for ways to grow his money. Real estate was completely unrealistic because he had no money or experience in it. But stock market was intriguing. Quick Trip gas station, spending his evening and times off reviewing his portfolio and individually picking stocks. Again, single stocks not what Dave Ramsey recommends. Mutual funds, less risk. The work paid off. According to documents reviewed by Insider, his account at the time was valued at just under $200,000. So he used free and inexpensive resources to develop his knowledge and learn how to evaluate companies, which you can do. One of the resources, of course, would be a little thing we have called the internets. When he was first learning about the stock market, he discovered a man named Warren Buffett. We've heard of him. He'd watch Warren Buffett interviews that people uploaded to YouTube or presentations he did for college. Started to learn how Buffett views a company and things he looks for in a stock. He read books that Warren Buffett recommended. Stocks can go up and down, and if something you've invested in does experience a short-term drop, if you don't know what a company does on a very high level, you're going to get scared, and you're probably going to panic sell and take a loss, right? So panic selling is not the thing to do, ever. Anytime his disposable income increased, he invested in the market. So that would be, Dave Ramsey recommends 15% of your gross income to be invested into retirement accounts. And so when your income increases, so does your investment. So that follows in line, that tracks. Let's see. Walgreens wasn't hiring for any managers, but one day at a random gas fill-up, he saw a sign in a Quick Trip window advertising an assistant manager role starting at just under $40K. This was November 2010. He was turning 21 at the time. Alrighty. He invested in fewer companies to keep better track of his choices. What did he have? Big success at the time was Cabela's, which is a Bass Pro Shop subsidiary. Monster Energy, previously Hanson's natural beverage. Okay. Haven't heard of that. Have heard of Monster Energy. And Trinity Industries. That sounds made up like Vandalay Industries. He owns probably 20 stocks roughly, but if you go back 10 years, he probably had anywhere from 3 to 6 stocks at a time. Okay, limited time and desire to learn from his portfolio. Fewer stocks were easier to manage. All right. Great. which you don't have to do any of that if you do mutual funds because you're automatically diversified. So you don't have to wait till your wealth increases to become more diversified. You can be, your first dollar can be more diversified. But, you know, investing it instead of blowing it is, you know, I mean, that's a great idea. There's also the tax advantage of long-term investment. If you sell a stock for a long-term gain, tax at a capital gains rate. For most people, this is about 15%. Short-term capital gains are taxed as ordinary income. This could be up to 37%, depending on your tax bracket. He says the moral of the story is to put in the work, research the companies, and have confidence in yourself. Alrighty. Alright, what time is it? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do the crypto. How about that? Alrighty. So this from CNN Business. Cryptocurrency. Here's what you need to know. Clicked on exchanges and you get this. Getting your hands on it. Open a brokerage account with one of the top crypto trading firms. Coinbase is one of the world's largest and most well-known. More than 10% of the trading in cryptocurrencies takes place on Coinbase, but there are plenty others around the world, such as Binance, Kraken, and eToro. If you're the type of investor who likes the underdog instead of the establishment, there are plenty of smaller crypto options. Consider alternatives. Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency, making up half of the approximately $1.5 trillion market value for all cryptos. But it's not the only digital currency out there. If you set up a crypto brokerage account, you could also trade Ethereum, the second most valuable crypto, and the currency of choice in all those non-fungible token, NFT, deals you probably heard about. There's also Ripple's XRP. Okay, these are just different brokerages that you can do your transactions in. Alright, mining. Mining isn't for novices. Bitcoin, like gold, is mined, but put down that pickaxe and pan. Mining for Bitcoin is a high-end tech process that involves solving complex mathematical puzzles to generate a block of crypto. Personal Bitcoin miners use armies of servers and data centers to do this. So if you're really into crypto, you need a fancy PC with top graphics processing power and state-of-the-art software. That can get expensive and it's very energy intensive. Unless you're really cuckoo for crypto, don't do it. There are easier ways to invest in Bitcoin. Alright. Okay, get in on Bitcoin without actually buying it. Coinbase is now a publicly traded company that investors can buy if they want exposure to Bitcoin without having to go through the trouble of buying Bitcoin. Square and Venmo, which is owned by PayPal, allow people to buy and sell Bitcoin, so their stocks are also a good proxy for cryptos. As Elon Musk's Tesla and software firm MicroStrategy have Bitcoin on their corporate balance sheet. And remember those miners we talked about? Several of them are publicly traded companies too, such as Marathon Digital, Hive Blockchain, and Riot Blockchain. So basically you would just be buying stocks. Again, not recommended. Single stocks not recommended. You'd be buying stocks of a company that handles that are brokerages for crypto, like Coinbase, for example. So you just buy Coinbase stock, and you have paid dollars for that, and your investment goes up in dollar amounts. And so the Coinbase deals with the cryptocurrency, but you don't actually have any. And there's also the ET. There are no Bitcoin ETFs yet, but probably coming. There's currently one major fund that invests in Bitcoins, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, but this fund is mainly geared toward wealthy investors. Fees are relatively high, and the minimum investment for accredited investors is $50,000. It's not an exchange-traded fund, the popular investment that tends to have lower fees. However, shares are also available for average investors trading under the ticker symbol GBTC. Forgot my letters for a minute. So, Securities and Exchange Commission has taken a baby step towards possibly approving an actual Bitcoin ETF after agreeing to allow Bitwise to launch an ETF with the term crypto in the name, and also approving a crypto mining ETF from Variety. I don't know how to pronounce it. Variety. Let's go with Variety Funds. All right. The last one is gold was a Bitcoin before there was Bitcoin. Okay, you made it this far, but maybe you're still not convinced Bitcoin is anything more than a digital flash in the pan. There are other investments that could also give you protection against inflation and offer a hedge in times of global market tumult. That means trouble. A little commodity called gold, for example. 1 ounce of the precious yellow metal costs a fraction of the price of the digital gold that is Bitcoin. Ditto for silver and platinum. Plus, there are already numerous ETFs that track gold and other precious metals. Alright, well, this article was not as explanatory as I thought it was going to be. But it's still, you might have gotten some knowledge from it. But Dave Ramsey does not recommend any kind of cryptocurrency. It is banned in China. They aren't dealing with it at all. You cannot go into the grocery store and buy things with Bitcoin. It's just not widely accepted yet. Some people, including Elon Musk, are supportive of it. But as far as what happens with that, I don't know. This is live as far as crypto. This is live as far as, so on a down day, it's not a hedge against against the market. You lose it on the market because same day the market went down by X percent. As you can see, around 8 to 10.5%. The crypto has gone down as well. So anyway, not recommended by Dave Ramsey. Alrighty, now we have the nope, wrong thing. It's the Ohio State fact of the day. Cleveland's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is filled with music artifacts like Elvis Presley's car, Jimi Hendrix's couch, and John Lennon's glasses. I wonder if if I search for the Google, and if I hit, there we go. So there is John Lennon's glasses. Also stamp collection. Oh, the Smithsonian. And this is nope. That is not. That's City Walk's Hard Rock Cafe. This is Elvis Presley's home, and no, so this didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Let's try them one at a time. London. None of these say where they are. None of them say that they're on the in Cleveland. Alright, well this is why you do this stuff in advance. Let's see, Elvis Carr Hall of Fame. A 1960 gold Cadillac. And that is in the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, so that's not the right one either. Alright, this is a total fail. Maybe this one? This one, here it is. Alright, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland, Ohio. It is a... It's gonna let me see it even on... Yeah, I didn't think so. Pinterest doesn't like to play nice if you don't have an account. So, and what was the other thing? Jimi Hendrix's couch. Not cough, couch. Hall of Fame. And that was how. That's a pretty cool couch. They've also got some. Looks like they have other things from him. Buick's. And a flight bag. Fender Stratocaster guitar. Although left-handed, Hendrix played restrung right-handed guitars throughout his career. Had the couch many years. He used to, his father said that. He used to sit on this playing his guitar while he had the records playing on the record player. Back there, plunking away, watching TV and playing guitar. Alright, so the family couch. Okay. Alrighty, well. Okay, I think everybody in the chat took off, so it's just me and you, later viewer. And, future streams. This show, the Ramsey Show, Aftershow, every weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Even if there's a replay, a few times I've been busy at work, and so I've had to do it a little bit later. It got delayed like an hour or so to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But most of the time I'll be able to do it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right after the Ramsey Show video ends. And so there's that, and I will start most often I will start a live stream just for chatting if the Ramsey Show mod has not posted that day's show by 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as was the case, I think 8 times in the past 2.5 months. Possibly a Madden 22 rematch with my daughter Bella's boyfriend Justin tonight. That could happen. Let's see if he has texted me back on that. He had said he could probably do it at some point tonight, so we'll see if we can make that happen for you. And father-daughter video gaming should be returning this week. Bella and I will be playing an older game called Trine. It has 3 sequels, so that's 4 games in all. And so we may play those as well. But we're going to start with the first one. If we do play those, we probably won't play all the Trines in a row. We'll probably play the first Trine and then another game or two, and then go back to Trine for the Trine 2, that kind of thing, and alternate different games in between. So it's not just Trine. All right, but we do play them in order. Once we start one, we do play that one until it's over. Alrighty, well, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Do that thing where you subscribe and like and click the notification bell. That way you'll know whenever I go live. Let's see, there's the time that Justin beat me, and he won 35-21. As you can see there. Dallas ranked higher in Madden than Washington. And I'll just make more excuses now. But we'll see how. My next excuse will be that now, and because you have to use the current roster, I have probably going to be about a 20-point rating disadvantage on my quarterback, since will be using Taylor Heineke, and unless they happen to raise his rating before we play tonight or whenever we play, we'll see. I mean, they could before the next roster release, which should be on Thursday night before the Thursday night game. And I do tech support, where I go onto Reddit and talk about people's problems that they're posting in the tech support subreddit. And I'm also going to do that with the Dave Ramsey subreddit as well, and I'm going to call that financial coach support, maybe. If you can think of a different name, email me about it, coachstevemoney@gmail.com, or you can just put it in the comments. Alright, finally I added the Dave Ramsey Baby Steps song to the music playlist as well, because it's music. So pretty good idea, huh? The other 2 songs are by my favorite band that you never heard of. My favorite band you've heard of is probably Genesis. But the one you never heard of would be Thrillcat, and I recorded these guys in 1993, probably. In Virginia Beach or Norfolk, Virginia, probably. One of those 2, probably Virginia Beach. I recorded them playing those 2 songs there. World is my favorite song ever. Let's see. Yep, and that's about it. So streams coming. I haven't been doing as many in the past month or so because moving, etc., etc. Make up your own excuses there, and but I'll be getting back into those and making more. So, but guys, for now, make smart financial decisions every day. Have a good night.